Oh, man, dude, this is just like Star Wars Rebels.
Hayden.
I am what remains.
Dude, this is crazy. This is just like Rebels, though. We kind of already seen this before a little bit. Different dynamic, though.
I'm sorry.
His voice.
I think I'm tearing up a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
For all of it.
Dude, this is crazy. My gosh. I can't believe they got him back in the suit, dude.
Your failure, Obi-Wan.
Oh, I love that. That's so good.
You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did.
It kind of has like a little the tears in Obi-Wan's eyes.
The same way I will destroy you.
Just let it go, bro. Come on.
And Obi-Wan could literally kill you right now.
Dude, be friends.
And my friend is truly dead.
Then I will avenge his dead love.
Dude.
Goodbye.
All things come to a happy ending, I guess. Where's Obi-Wan going, though? That's like he acted like he's gonna leave Luke almost. Breaking canon? Does Obi-Wan kill Darth? Wait. No way they did it. It's not Liam Neeson. Surely it's not.
Turn around.
Turn around. Turn around.
Please, dude.
Yo.
Master Qui-Gon.
Yes! Well.
Long enough.
Dang.
Dang, dude. What a savage.
Beginning to think you'd never come. I was always here.
That's what she said.
Ready to see.
Oh, this is such a good scene.
Where's to go?
Dude, I'm just gonna make an observation here that all the eccentric Jedi Masters are kind of overpowered. Dude.
Wow, that's a good shot right there.
Yeah, that is.
That
a
might
good
be
shot.
a thumbie, dude. You know you're saying this.
This is not behind the scenes, by the way. And the end of Obi-Wan is upon us.
Boom, you looking for this?
Welcome back to BoomShot. I'm Kale. This is Colby.
Yes, sir.
And episode 6 of Obi-Wan Kenobi has just landed on Disney Plus, and we're here to talk about it. So let's waste no time. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so what'd you think about the episode?
It was pretty good. I mean, it's no last episode.
It's not episode.
Last episode carried the series, I think.
I concur. It was just okay. So it starts off. They're on the ship. They're escaping somehow. A Star Destroyer. Kind of remind me of episode 8, Last Jedi run. Obi-Wan dips out and leaves Leia behind with Haja. So he runs off, lands on this random planet, and Vader's like, boom, I'm gonna go chase after this guy. So we get a Vader Obi-Wan duel. What'd you think about that?
Obi-Wan came back quickly, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
The old Obi-Wan.
That's what I'm saying.
Or even the new Obi-Wan. He was stronger than the old Obi-Wan, perhaps.
Yeah, I have an observation to make. For years we've been hating on Rey as overpowered, and she is overpowered for her training with the Force, I would say. But Obi-Wan hadn't used the Force in 10 years and was yeeted like 100 rocks at Vader like it was nothing. He was just like, no, he wasn't even throwing him. He was just standing like this.
Yeah, that was weird. He was
like,
full Magneto.
Does it just feel like I think you pointed this out. The Force itself got a buff, not characters who use it, but the Force itself got a buff. Like the fact that you can now heal people, or the fact that you can summon things from behind your back. I guess. The way it was done was just weird. It was very. Yeah, it was like you have to reach. It reminded me of Magneto. Yeah, he's just like. But that's what I'm saying. It feels like. I don't know. I feel like in the original, obviously in the originals, it was a little like Yoda lifting or Luke lifting the X-Wing out of the water was like monumental. And then I think about like Obi-Wan and Anakin and their fighter, or even like Darth Sidious fighting Yoda. Like it was so much for Yoda to even like take the spinning like Senate chair thing and throw it back at the Emperor.
Yeah.
And here Obi-Wan is just, eating rocks, and Vader's like, and I like it. I like it for Vader because I feel like the dark side is inherently more powerful. But
not to mention, Obi-Wan had been untrained for 10 years.
And hadn't even used the Force.
Yeah.
It's not that he had.
Not untrained. He'd been trained before, but like.
His Force skills have already been tuned and fine-tuned.
Right.
But
That's
he
not
hadn't
what I meant.
used it in so long.
I'll think of the word in a minute. But yeah, he hadn't used his Force sensitivity at all. Nothing. As we see Reva do later in the episode, she uses it.
Yeah.
When I guess she's supposed to be in hiding.
Yeah.
That
really
was
sure
another
about
thing. I was like,
Yeah.
Because what makes the people think she's not a Jedi and report it to the Inquisitors?
I don't know. Maybe they remember her. I guess.
Yeah,
maybe she just wants people to remember her. Maybe that's the thing.
As an Inquisitor, yeah. But she did seem kind of like she was in hiding. Anyways.
Yeah. It's just people have said this before. You said this. The logic of the show doesn't really make a lot of sense.
No,
like some of the things,
potholes.
To an extent, I'm okay with it. Like some things you kind of have to just assume, but things like the Leia chase scene. And I know we're we're not specifically talking about this episode right now, but I don't know, like the Leia chase scene. There's just some things just don't make sense.
Now that the season is over, then I feel like we can look back on everything as a whole.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of times I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, and maybe it's because we have such high expectations for this show that we wanted it to be perfect, spotless.
Yeah, but I can't think of another
show that's really been
that's been memey like that.
Yeah,
I literally thought with the chase scene that it was going to be like a thing set up by, I don't know, the Alderanians. I don't know.
Yeah,
for her to be aware of people in the woods or something, so she wouldn't go there as much.
Yeah,
but no, it was real.
And it was I don't know, dude. She just has maybe Leia has the power of making people slower than they actually are.
Another Force buff.
A force slow thing. Cal had that in Jedi Fallen Order, but I don't know. Just the Force feels easier to manipulate. I think that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you had to be a lot stronger with the Force. Like Yoda. Yoda was one of the strongest people with the Force ever because he lived so long. And even he wasn't. He wasn't throwing rocks. At people like that. Not to say he couldn't. We just never saw it.
It was just weird the way it was framed. I feel like too.
Yeah, it
was cool, but
it would have been one thing if he chunked one or two at him, but then
he
did. It started out with one or two, and I was like, okay, Vader kind of getting hammered, and then it's like a fleet of rocks. It just comes out of nowhere.
Weird. That was weird.
And moving forward in the episode, Reva basically goes to Tatooine. And reveals herself as she's looking for Owen, and I don't know why she did that, but basically it ruined the element of surprise because the guy that was running the shop was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go tell Owen and let him know that she's coming after Luke." Essentially, she gets Luke, goes to kill him, can't, which I guess is kind of good character development. She kind of sees the error in her ways.
I feel like this should have happened earlier in the episode.
Yeah,
and then because the fight between Obi-Wan and Vader concluded before this.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense because Obi-Wan had to come back and find Luke. But I feel like the series, or not, maybe not series. It did say season finale.
Yeah,
I feel like the season should have at least ended with something like Obi-Wan fighting Vader or something like that.
Yeah, instead of that. I mean, and it did in a way, but I get what you mean. I wish he would have taken care of Luke first.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
And then he goes and confronts Vader. That's kind of what I wish would have happened. But I mean, this does keep. I don't think we'll see. Say there's a season 2, as you previously mentioned that they said season finale. Vader, I just don't see how we see him again. I don't think he'll be in it again.
Because it seems now like he's not even going to go after Obi-Wan at all, hardly. Which makes sense, I guess, because now he knows he's alive, because Obi-Wan wrecked him. And then, so how would he not find him before A New Hope? So I guess he just gives up. Yeah,
that's a good point. And of course, I think he would think to look like Tatooine. Tatooine's a pretty popular world, so...
and now he knows he's alive. Before... I mean, I guess he kind of had a suspicion, but he wasn't, I guess, really sure because Obi-Wan never used the Force. Mm-hmm. Now I feel like he could sense him better.
It's just, that's That's a good point.
And
it's just maybe the episode. Maybe that's what I didn't like about it. Maybe it felt backward. Like it felt like Obi-Wan should have taken care of Luke first, and then gone and confronted.
Yeah, because you get the high at the beginning, and then the rest of the episode's like
okay, yeah, like.
But that's the whole rest of the season too.
Yeah. I think I kind of agree with that take, and it wasn't like a bad episode, but it definitely was. It just wasn't my favorite. It kind of felt backward, and I think that's probably the best way to look at it. But I mean, of course, you might have your own opinion, but we can celebrate that Qui-Gon Jinn is officially back.
Liam Neeson, dude.
Yes,
that man. I was saying this during the episode. We watched it together. I was like, dude, surely they bring him back. He didn't even have to be on set because he's a Force ghost. Mm-hmm. Now, he didn't even have to be. He could have just sent him a video of him doing that.
Exactly, and then they can CGI and do whatever they need to. But...
I don't know if he was. I would love it if he was on set. That'd be really cool,
dude,
to reunite with Ewan and them.
Can we get some Qui-Gon Jinn Obi-Wan content? That's what I'm wondering, dude. Anything prior to like the Phantom Menace? Because like I think about like Jedi like Qui-Gon Jinn who are most often overlooked. Because they were like so weird. Like the council hated Jedi like Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
So clearly they were doing something right. Like
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I've said for a while. I feel like Qui-Gon was one of the goats of being a Jedi.
Yeah, and another like Jedi I think about, and this is like not a lot of people know this, but if you played Fallen Order, there's a Jedi. And his name's Eno Cordova. He's He was a master of Seer Juno or whatever. But basically, he figured out about the collapse of the Jedi before it even happened, and he tried to tell the council, and they just like ignored him.
That sounds par for the course.
Then. And so, like, whenever I'm playing that game and I'm going through it, I'm figuring out about his like backstory. Like, it makes me super interested. It's just like, why? Like, I wonder what I want to see more about these two Jedi. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe they were friends. You never know. But and just, I'm glad he's back. I'm glad. I want to see. I think season 2 will be a lot more of. Maybe Obi-Wan looking over Luke / working with Qui-Gon, maybe.
Yeah, well, I feel like we'd see a lot more Qui-Gon. At least I hope.
It felt like to me like Obi-Wan was going to leave Tatooine and then go kind of like on a journey that Yoda did at the end of... remember
that would feel weird, though. I feel like he shouldn't leave Luke.
Oh, no, he shouldn't either, but that's what I was thinking. I was like...
That's what it looked like.
It did look like that.
He said we have a long way to go. That's what Qui-Gon said.
Mm-hmm.
So... where are they going?
Who knows, dude? But it just even felt like when Obi-Wan was talking to Owen, he kind of made it seem like he was going to dip out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and let him be a boy and not force the Force.
Yeah, not force the Force. Not really not force the Force when you think about it. But just this episode, just I don't know.
It didn't feel like a season finale.
Yeah.
Just because, like we've talked about, I feel like the ending, I mean, I like the thing they did with Qui-Gon. Yeah. I could see how that would be the very, very end. Mm-hmm. But the fight happened so early, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that. And to me, honestly, Disney Plus just doesn't seem to be able to hit with season finales. It really doesn't.
Loki is pretty good.
I was going to say there are two exceptions. Loki and Mandalorian season 2. Those are the two exceptions to me.
Yeah, but see what made the end of Mando and Loki is that the best thing happened right at the very end.
Yeah, exactly.
And because you had Luke obviously in Mando, and then at Loki you're like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah, exactly. You were left flabbergasted, and with I don't know, it would have been so much more poetic to me if that whole exchange between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader happens right before Obi-Wan meets Qui-Gon, finally Obi-Wan came to terms with the fact that he wasn't responsible for Anakin. Anakin was responsible for Anakin, which, by the way, we did say that last episode. But anyway, Obi-Wan had to come to terms with the fact that it wasn't his fault that Anakin turned to the dark side. It was Anakin's own fault. And only after that was he able to meet with Qui-Gon. That would have been so much better if it was there instead of, here. Yeah. In the timeline of the episode.
Yeah, I did like... I feel like the lead up to Reva almost trying to kill Luke was kind of weird the way it was done.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Just the way it happened.
That scene kind of felt clunky to me.
Yeah, me too. But I think once she got there and was about to come, I did like the flashbacks.
Yeah.
I think that was well done with Anakin and stuff.
How she could almost see herself. Like,
yeah.
We gave Reva a lot of hate in the beginning of the show and kind of throughout it, and not necessarily because of, her character just felt useless. That was pretty much what it was for us. And I think they kind of rounded out her arc for the show pretty well. It just felt a little bit late for me. Like this should have happened earlier, and she should have gone off somewhere else, like maybe episode 4.
Yeah, I feel like she would have been a more impactful character if she wasn't as big a part of the show. And I know it's weird to say.
Yeah.
But I feel like her story would have hit more if it was more of like, I don't know, like from the shadows, you're like, wait a minute, this character, I feel like it was just so in your face.
Yeah.
And I'm basically the main storyline with Obi-Wan, you saw at the end how it was flashing back and forth.
Yeah.
I feel like if, like we said, her arc ended first and then Obi-Wan's, it would have been a lot better for her character. Yeah,
and kind of like, I mean, when you think about it in like terms of sports, you have like your superstars, your good players, and then you have like your role players. And honestly, kind of felt like she needed to take more of a role player role for this series,
and that's okay.
Instead of pretending to be a superstar, not that she can't be, but not this series.
Yeah, and it's not like Reva's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, if any character besides Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, I would have felt the same way.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like her character also had the added unfortunate circumstance of being poorly written.
Yeah.
That didn't help her either.
Down to, really.
Yeah, like she was useless for this show, and she was also poorly written, and that kind of that kind of made the hate more intense, because it's like, this is a show about Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, and you're trying to give me a story about somebody I really don't care about. At least at this moment. And now she kind of had like an Echo storyline when you really, the Echo from Hawkeye. She defects from the big boss like Darth Vader and goes on her own path. So I guess we're pretty much getting a Reva series now. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I feel like, to go back to your analogy about the NBA, I feel like, in what I was saying, I feel like I would have liked your character a lot more if she was like a role player. In this.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been way better that way.
And that's what I was trying to get at earlier, because I feel like she was, like a superstar. That's how they're trying to write her character.
Yeah,
and it just makes it harder for someone to get on board with that when this show's supposed to be about Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Yeah, exactly.
And mainly Obi-Wan.
In reference to, I guess, like an NBA team, it'd be like, I don't know any mid NBA players anymore. I mean, like, I'm a big Auburn fan. It was kind of like, Wendell Green Jr. trying to take the basketball from Jabari Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wendell has his role as point guard, but Jabari's a superstar. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, it'd be like if someone in the, like, I don't know, like, the Warriors are just in the finals. It'd be like Obi-Wan Kenobi is Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And Steph Curry is supposed to be the star of the team. He's supposed to take over the series.
Yeah.
And then you have someone like Draymond Green or something trying to take over.
Yeah.
And then
Andre Iguodala,
Yeah, Andre Iguodala. Anybody besides Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And then you don't perform as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like that's what happened with this show overall.
And I feel, and it kind of is a mar on the show too, because like whenever you go back and watch the show, you're gonna skip every part with Reva. You're really gonna skip most of it, really.
For me, unless the season 2 comes out, I'll probably rewatch this show anyways.
Yeah.
Eventually, but for me, I would probably just rewatch episode 5.
Yeah, and I would say parts of episode 6 for me. It just, I don't know. It feels kind of wasted to me, and especially, maybe it's because of the high expectations we put on this show. As if you're a fan of the channel, you know that we were, beyond hype for it. But it didn't live up to what I was thinking to me, it was just so easy, dude. It really was. You have 2 of the most popular characters in American pop culture, in the world, really.
Yeah.
Darth Vader is widely considered to be the best villain of all time. Yeah. Among the likes of, like, Thanos, too. Like,
more than Thanos, really, because he's more recent.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, other, like, movie...
Like Joker or something, maybe?
Yeah, like Heath Ledger Joker, or, like, any other, like, other villain. Darth Vader's so popular.
Yeah.
And you have Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's like one of the best characters in the prequels. And it kind of just felt squandered. We got some good moments between them, but notice how all of the best moments of the show were between
them. Every single moment, really. The 3 fights they had, I guess, were
I mean, and we got some good moments between Obi-Wan and Leia, I'd say.
2 fights. They didn't really fight in episode 5.
Yeah, that's true. Obi-Wan and Leia got good moments in the show, I would say.
Dude, I loved Leia's character.
We did.
We were kind of saying she was annoying in our episode 1 and 2 recap.
Yeah.
But she grew on me a lot.
Yeah, she did.
But see, I feel like her character wasn't as much a part of it later on.
No, it wasn't.
Like, she was a main-ish character in the first few episodes, and then once she got rescued, like, her character wasn't as. She was
the central storyline, mainly because like the overarching storyline was get Leia back to Bail, and her mom. But then Darth Vader came on the scene, so Obi-Wan also had to worry about that too. And then we also had Roken and his like friends. But like she still was a main one of the main plot lines, but she wasn't dominating the screen.
Yeah, I think another thing which felt forced to me was the whole storyline with Reva going after Luke happened in the very end of last episode. Mm-hmm. So they had to finish, middle, end that whole storyline basically in the season finale.
Yeah,
and that's what made it feel.
That's a good point.
It was at the very end of episode 5 that happened, when you're supposed to really in a season have stuff started at the beginning and then develop it all the way through.
That's actually a great way to look at it, dude. That actually makes a ton of sense, because if she had figured out about it in like episode 2, and she had defected from the Empire by then and revealed her true plans to take over Vader, which wouldn't have given that as much time, but they could rework that, because I think the storyline was a lot more important. Then she goes after Luke, and then Obi-Wan finally catching up to her feels a lot more rewarding than he knows she's going to Tatooine. So after he's takes down Vader, he's just going to show up at Tatooine and take her down, which he didn't even have to.
It was just so unneeded, I feel like, at that point in the show. Like, you don't need to be starting new big storylines. Like, I mean, Luke, you're going after Luke.
Yeah, the Chosen One's son, who's going to help bring balance to the Force. It would just made a lot more sense, too, because, like, it would have made her finally not being able to, like, go through with it. It would have made it a lot more powerful, because, like, if she had built up all this anger and hate toward Anakin, and Obi-Wan really, too, but mainly Anakin.
Yeah.
That she had built up all that anger and hate, and she was like, okay, well, I'm going to kill his son, or I don't know if she really knew that was his son, but she was going to kill Luke. It would have made it a lot more rewarding when she finally realized that she can't be like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has to be better than him. And so it would have felt a lot better to watch that on screen. Like, it was good to watch already, but it would have just felt way better.
It was too rushed. Better.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she had to go through that development in, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes of screen time?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. I think it was like 10, 15 minutes probably. It just, there's a lot of things, to wrap up. I think there's a lot of things they could have done with this show that could have been better. A lot of things. And I don't know if that's necessarily writing or director's vision. I think some of it falls back on directing. I think a lot of it falls back on writing. And this just goes to show you more Filoni and Favreau. That's really all you need to know. Give Filoni and Favreau the reins of Star Wars and just let everybody else clear out, dude. Or work under them and submit.
Yeah. I mean, it's ultimately, I feel like it's George's vision, and Filoni knows the most about it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he worked with him on the best Star Wars content ever to exist. So, I mean, he worked side by side with the creator of Star Wars. And I think that's what the fans want to see. Fans don't really care about, this, like, these weird storylines, that involve characters, I don't know, just to pass a quota maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, fans don't really care about that. Fans want to see good stories, no matter who is a part of it, just as long as it's good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I want to see. I want to see a good story. I don't care who it's about. I just want to see a good story. And that's so much of what Hollywood has lost now, is they try to tell these, like, they try to fill certain quotas, or pass certain check marks, we have this type of character, we have this type of character. I don't care, just give me a good story.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And for Star Wars fans, that's all that matters, because
it's all about the story.
Star Wars fans love Star Wars stories. That's just how it goes. But I don't know, do you have any last thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to end it. Hopefully we get a season 2. At this point, I hope we do, and I hope it's better. Yeah. And so, yeah. We know what to do. Put Filoni in charge. Yeah. Straight from BoomShot. Star Wars. That would be so good, man.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Dude, it would be amazing. I mean, it literally would be amazing. Can we get a live action rendition of Obi-Wan taking down Darth Maul? I mean,
that would be sick, dude.
I don't know. Some things may be better left untouched.
That's true. That was a really good scene. Anyways.
Thank you guys for watching, and let us know your comments below. Let us know what you guys think, and thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.